Okay, so we now have that contract done with. We are currently encumbered, so we should probably do something about that. And maybe we just... see, do we have a fast travel spot here? We more or less have a fast travel spot here. Although I think there is a tradesperson here in Flow Vibe, right? So we can probably dump our excess materials there.
Come on, Roach.
And then we can look to, well, take on some more stuffs. I believe, isn't the blacksmith down and to the left here? Or am I thinking of a different little town? I mean, either way, we could take a look at, down here? It's further down, isn't it? Got the pub. Thought there was one here. Maybe I'm getting mixed up with a different town, though.
Run, Roach.
But either way, I mean, in that case, if either I, for whatever reason, can't really find them, or there is a generic shopkeeper here, we could try selling some stuff too. Not going to get as good of a deal in all likelihood. But, I mean, the dude does say his prices are best this side of the Yaruga, so clearly we should chat.
Welcome, Snow White. Wish to look over my goods?
Yeah, a little too
Mind if
far.
I glance at your stock.
This guy does have a lot of monies, so at least it's fairly simple. We can go fairly aggressively here. Got, yeah, extra saddlebags. That's a little heavy. Might as well dump those. This Shalimar trophy we just picked up is, well, not so great. Then do we have junk? I imagine we probably do. And we still have a bunch of valuables that we should do something with at some point, right? But I'm thinking just like, you know, even our ashes, our bags of grain and what have you, those are the types of things that they're just weighing us down. They aren't doing us much good here. Our generic books. And once we've gotten rid of this stuff, then, you know, we'll no longer be encumbered. The world will once again be our oyster. I bet it's largely, these chains here are usually extremely heavy. That they are. Even the parchment. Okay, no longer encumbered, but let's go a little bit further here. Let's just sell other junk that we currently have. Because this guy has the money to take it. Just about all of it, I would think. Certainly all of it. Unless we went crazy with some other stuffs. We'll save the meteorite, though. That's, in theory, something we might want to break down into components instead. Generic notes. Jugs of milk. And yeah, wow, we had a ton of junk here, as you can certainly see. Even our skulls. You know, the usual. The usual. Okay, that at least puts us in a better place short term. What is this? Was that the mirror we picked up a little while back? I don't know what that'll break down into, but, okay.
See ya.
That'll be all from you. Now, let's take a look at what we'd like to do next. Because the list is growing very short. We have the Man from Sintra, which is the main quest, which we will do soon, although I'm not sure we're going to do that just yet. Because we do still have several things to do along the lines of Night for Hire. We do still have one more person to play at Gwent and the Gwent tournament. So that's also something we're going to be looking to do pretty soon. Then, oh, we went past this place, but we haven't actually completed this quest yet. Treasure hunts. We're done with the Witcher School stuff. So I imagine that most of these are fairly quick at this point. Out of curiosity, I know one of them's up north. Is there anything close by? One's actually... Oh, we gotta ask the owner at the pheasantry. Yeah, that's in the city. But then is this the one that's like in the lake? That one's fairly far north as well. Okay. That's the one at the Coronado Vineyard. Okay, yeah. So I don't think there's any that are like right here. I'm thinking we head back to the city and do Gwent. Let's actually make sure we're at the fast travel spot.
What's going on there?
So now we're actually at the fast travel spot. Let's play some Gwent, which actually let's activate the quest. Then we can see, I know it's in Beauclair, but where more specifically? And this was one of the things we wanted to make sure we don't accidentally walk past the main quest and trigger that. So we take a look there. Okay, it's far enough away. This is the spot that we marked for the main quest with the red skull. Do not go anywhere near that. Well, no worries. This is where the Gwent place is. We should be fine in that case. That is not the thing I meant to click on. This is the thing I meant to click on. Okay, so we just go to really either of these places. Okay, so let's play this person at Gwent, and they are the last person, at least before we begin the Gwent tournament. And I don't know if said Gwent tournament is going to give us new cards, or if this is actually going to be the last person we're going to play that gives us additional cards. It may be. Or they're at the tavern. Let's see, how do we actually get in? Is it here? Here we go. Okay, it is you. I think we even talked to you previously, but we deliberately passed on the Gwent because we'd done a lot at the time.
Welcome, welcome. So good to have you back.
Hello. Do you happen to play Gwent? I have heard through the grapevine that you may, in fact, no longer be... Nah, just do you want to play Gwent?
Unusual. Got a special...
There's no way to make that one rhyme.
Just need to keep this between you and me.
Oh?
You know, well, I shouldn't. Hey, who cares? How might I help?
It's top secret.
Gwent. You play?
Do you play Gwent? She plays Gwent. See that? She plays Gwent. Okay. Let's go all out here. I don't know why Geralt felt so insistent on being so discreet about it. So last time we did Scoia'tael, and didn't we have our first go-around against somebody? The match went just about as horrendously awful as it could have gone. Was that with Scoia'tael, or was that with Skellige deck we did recently, where we got basically the worst possible starting hand, and then we tied in round 3 somehow. It was nearly a miraculous comeback, and yet they were Nilfgaard, and Nilfgaard's special ability is that they win ties, so we lost due to a tiebreaker in what should have been, what basically was, our worst possible outcome. That's either Skellige or Scoia'tael. But, so we are, of course, looking to do the Gwent tournament soon. And the idea is for the Gwent tournament, we're supposed to use Skellige, so that means we're probably going to be playing a lot of Skellige soon. So maybe we take this as our last opportunity to play something other than Skellige. And if that is the case, then I think we take this opportunity to play as the deck that we've spent the most time with over the course of our playthrough. The one that I would say is probably my favorite, although Skellige has started to become a very powerful deck as well. Northern Realms has a bit of a special place in my heart, so I think we go for Northern Realms here. And cherish this moment as perhaps our last opportunity to play as a Northern Realms deck in Gwent. So, let's see what we have. Does the game agree with us and say, okay, Lids, if that is the case, then I'll give you a really nice hand here. We got Decoy, that's strong. Scorch can be good. Fighting Frost is the melee nerf. Then we've got Mysterious Elf, that's great. We've got a couple of the Dragon Hunters. Those work well if we have them together, which obviously in this case we do. Ballista, and then a bunch of heroes. So our leader ability doubles the siege row, and at the moment we only have one siege card. This is a little bit concerning. That means our leader ability has the potential to be, well, not so great. And ideally we would do something about that. And actually, Triss, she is a hero, but she's only a 7 strength hero, which is not that good. So I think we might actually be looking to swap out Triss here. Either that, or if we were feeling like melee nerfs might not be a great idea. Do we have anything in the melee row? Not at the moment, other than heroes, and they're unaffected by it, so there's no downside to this. At least, it's not going to backfire on us. It's just a matter of, are they actually going to play cards in the melee row? And there's Scoia'tael, which is usually melee and range row heavy, but they have some flexibility between playing cards in the range and melee row. So that could work. I think we do swap out Triss. Okay, this is kind of what we're looking for here. Getting some high-powered siege cards. Now this, if we can get a second catapult, suddenly becomes twice as good. That would be awesome, but I think we don't push our luck here. And if anything, we just hope that we happen to get something nice from the Mysterious Elf when we draw a couple of extra cards from him. And maybe that'll be the other one. So, let's stick with this. Okay, well, that is a terrible card. So that's a good start for us. And we don't have anything that we need to play early here. So I think it is safe for us to play our Spy, draw 2 additional cards, and then we have more information, we know what additional cards we're going to get, and we can plan around those. So let's go with this. And we're looking for one of those, yes, catapults, perfect! That's exactly what we wanted. Okay, an Elven Skirmisher. Okay, so this is one of those cards, or well, no, this is actually another terrible card, but they do have some cards that they have the option to either play in the melee or range row, so we'd like them to play those cards in the melee row so that we can proceed to nerf them with our melee nerf here. Let's go with the cow now, because at the moment we have this Scorch up our sleeve, which would destroy a bunch of cards simultaneously. And okay, hold on. Now they use that muster. Now they have 9 strength in the melee row. And all those cards are tied for the highest cards in the playing field right now, which means we would remove them all with Scorch. That's a decent Scorch. I mean, normally I would say it could get a little bit better, but then again, it does look like they might have a pretty terrible deck. So, not sure they're going to have much more high-powered units than what they've used here. So this might actually be it's a relatively low-risk Scorch. It could be better, but we'll keep it simple here. Okay, and yeah, so that card would have broken our best Scorch there, because we had 3 cards tied with 3 strength apiece. So that meant Scorch removed them all, total of 9 removal, whereas this card would have become the highest unit at 4 strength, meaning Scorch would have just removed 4. So yes, we did in fact happen to time that one well. And now, I mean, we still have 0 points on our side, but I'm not too concerned about that, because, well, we can put down a bunch of points very quickly, and we may start to do that now with Natalis here, because although we've played our Scorch, if they have any, just about anything else would remove one of our cards. We do have a medic in Yennefer, so we could bring said card back, but we'd like to save Yennefer for round 2 or round 3. Okay. 5 strength card does mean that now 5 strength card of our own is relatively safe, in that if they do have a Scorch, it would remove their card and our card, so they probably don't want to do that. In fact, they'll pass. We're tied at 15 here. I mean, we do have a 3-card advantage right now, so we could either play one more card, win round 1, and still have card advantage. Yeah, in fact, since we are Northern Realms and our faction ability is that we draw a card when we win a round, there is little to no downside to that. I think we're basically just looking for anything to be a tiebreaker. It could either be the other Dragon Hunter, or it could be the Biting Frost. I mean, splitting the Dragon Hunters is not great. However, we do have Yennefer still. So I'm thinking what we do is we save this Dragon Hunter and use Yennefer to bring this one back from our graveyard. in round 2, and that way we can get them doubled. So let's go with the melee nerf here. Doesn't hurt us at all, because Nentalis is a hero, whereas this guy is not. So that means we take the round 1 win here. And we get the Bovine Defense Force out as well from our cow that we played in round 1. And then we drew initial card when we won this round, or when we won the previous round, and that was Natalis, which is a spy, which is also pretty sweet. And I think we might even opt to play you first here. Let's go for it. So we'll draw 2 more cards. We get the Dragon for the melee nerf. Okay, if they have 10 or more strength in the melee row, then we can destroy the highest card in the melee row. And this is one of those cards that I was alluding to before, that they can play in either the range or the melee row. They played in the range row, which is unfortunate, because if they had played in the melee row, then we could immediately use this dragon. Not yet, though. So, in that case, why don't we play the first of our dragon hunters? And like I said, planning to use Yennefer to bring back the other one from our graveyard. Oh ho ho! You only have one of them? What? This is usually a muster unit, which means you bring back, or you bring out all of the other cards from your deck or your hand onto the playing field that are sort of the same group. So in this case, all the other have-card smugglers. But, well, you only have one of them. Why? I don't know. But you do now have 10 strength in your melee row, and those 2 cards are tied for the highest card. So that means we would remove them both to dragon. So let's do it. Okay, now they siege nerf. Okay, I mean, we probably don't need it, but that does hurt a bit, seeing as how, obviously, well, with our leader ability doubling the siege row, that would have been nice to have the opportunity to put up a bunch of points there as well. Let's play Philippa for now. And this will be their last card, which means we have probably already won. They have their leader ability, which will be a melee nerf, which will reduce the strength of our dragon and our bovine defense force. So it is more or less just down to our range row here. But why don't we ease into what we're going to end up playing in the siege row? And it will get a little bit higher than that, of course, but after the nerf, not going to be much higher. That last card they have is probably Scorch, because they have the highest non-hero unit out there. This one. So they did not want to play that and destroy their own unit. That was partially due to the order in which we played our cards. I don't think that this siege row is going to get any higher than 6, though. Only up to 4. However, with Yennefer bringing back the other Dragon Hunter, they will become 10s, and so they would have been Scorch targets in that case. And now, I mean, we have Decoy, which doesn't really do us any good here. But we'll take this card out just to play it again, because why not? And there you have it. What was ultimately a pretty convincing win when we go back to our perhaps favorite deck, Northern Realms. So I think that was nice to perhaps finish off Northern Realms with a bang like that. And I believe we just got the achievement for getting all of the cards, because that was, of course, the last of the people before the Gwent tournament. So I believe that was Mardwin we just acquired, which is, of course, Skellige. And it's probably at the top, is it not? Thought it was. It's the card, there it is, that converts everyone, or converts the Berserkers into Wildkarls, basically turning them into superpowered bears. And it's one of those cards that it either does precisely nothing for you, or it is completely build enabling. So it's a little bit hit or miss in that sense. When you don't have it, you usually very much need it, and sometimes when you have it, you're like, why is it even here? I don't want it. But I suppose we'll throw another one in here. So, that is the last of the normal Gwent games that we have. At this point, all we have remaining will be the actual tournament. But I don't think we'll go into that just yet. I think we'll break it up a little bit. And let's go for maybe some of the Knight for Hire related stuff. Or just generally. go back out and do some exploration in some areas that we've not yet completed everything from. Like, for example, we've got some question marks down here to the east, and we've got some to the northwest, I think, are the two largest areas with question marks. And then we have one question mark over here. This one, I feel like it'd be kind of nice to just get this one done with, because otherwise, since it's the only question mark in this area, I feel like there's a chance we just forget about it. Whereas these ones, you know, when we're in the area, we're probably going to make an effort to get all of them, right? So let's head over to a fast travel spot, and maybe we'll head over to see what that question mark's all about. Can we hop this? Oh, you bet we can. Okay, so let's head on out to, I'm guessing the farm is probably the best. Okay, so now let's actually mark the question mark. And there is seemingly like some kind of maze of stuff there, which does remind me of, there was the area over here, and I don't think we got the chance to explore all that thoroughly. It looked like there was a bunch of rubble and ruins, and it appeared as though perhaps there would be some other loot and what have you. Potentially something interesting, even if there's no marker on the map. That might be worth checking out. But at least as for right now, the marker we're headed toward is over in this direction. And trying to see if we can anticipate at all what's going to be there. Get in this water. Little puddle? No? Looks like it's more or less right where this little house is.
Damn it.
Oh. Care to articulate that point more, Geralt? It's an olive grove on Duntine. Just that castle that we were not allowed to go into. No signs of monsters here. At least not with our Witcher senses. So we can get a little bit closer. Oh. This is absolutely an Alp or a Bruxa. That hooded woman, no question. This reminds me of the hooded figure that was sort of creeping up behind us when we were exploring, looking for the Manticore diagram, I believe, over here, which was a hidden treasure, and this is a guarded treasure. Like, there's no way this is a guarded treasure and that isn't some kind of monster, right? So I think it's definitely an Alp or Bruxa. And for that reason, why don't we prepare accordingly? That means that it will be a vampire. Sword is doing okay. What else are we technically supposed to do? Black blood? Black blood for potions would definitely be helpful. Let's throw one of those on. Watch this actually just be a random hooded woman who is completely innocent. Yeah, maybe, but I doubt it. I doubt it. Okay. Now, let's engage. And it's Yurden is the sign we're technically supposed to use. Hello.
Leave me alone.
Well, this is awkward. Sir Christoph Duggery's diary, diagrams, and other stuffs. I mean, as soon as we finish looting this stuff, we're going to turn around and she's actually going to fight us, right? The way this works? I mean, you do look like a human. My beloved Seraphine has a lover. I'm not going to rend my garments, curse the gods, or swear vengeance. My Seraphine brims with so much life energy, it was inevitable some would spill over into other canals. Or canals. Canals. That's what that word is. Canals. It is now up to me to cut off those spillways, vanquish my rival, and hope the walls I erect will prove sufficient to satisfy her vitality and give us a life of mutual exuberance. I've already forgiven her. Now I need but meet her bow and remove him from our life. Yesterday, I followed Seraphine. They hold their trysts. Tryst at the olive grove? How romantic. When they met, birds flew over the grove. A whole flock, twittering and chirping, as if celebrating the lover's joy, and as if mocking me cruelly. How symbolic. I can see this romance drain my darling wife. Since she began seeing this, her lover, she's become anemic, eternally pale. She wanders the house at night aimlessly, blindly. She used to be so lively, so radiant, and now she's listless, apathetic, resigned. I must gather my courage and end their relationship as soon as possible. Sounds like this person's getting their life force drained by a vampire. I, Christoph Duggery, despise violence. I shall resolve the matter of my wife's lover pragmatically. I've prepared a full sack of Nilfgaardian florins, one so heavy I can barely lift it. I shall wait for my Seraphine to return from the grove to our residence, and then I shall catch him, and make him an offer he cannot refuse. Well, monetarily speaking, not all Godfather style. Saint Lebioda, give me strength. Hello? Hello, hooded woman? I mean, it is now grayed out, suggesting that we have in fact done everything that we need to do here. But, you know, if we're just like, preemptively, as a precaution. Yep, there we go. There we go. I knew it. Not so fast, Bruxa. You can't fool me. I see you. You gonna do the shout? I see you. Oh, I see you. You think I don't see you, but I absolutely see you. I still see you. Okay, well, that's like, you know, I'll just interrupt you like that. Should probably Yurden or just smack you in the face. Stop blocking me, bro. Hello. You're gonna shout? You're gonna go all Fusrodal on us? You're going Fusrodal on us. Oh, that did still hit us. I thought it was far enough back. Apparently I was not. Okay. Yeah, I saw you coming. Shout, shout. Hello, I see you there. Alright, I did miss, nonetheless. Like the Yurden? I'd like the Yurden. Just missed. And Black Blood for the win. Take that. Letter from a lover. And, yeah, so I mean, well, then again, I suppose she could have been the... Sounds like she was the vampire after all. I mean, that is also obviously what I was anticipating there, but the description... Why is it so unbelievably bright? Huh? Huh? Did we, like, randomly get a potion to trigger? Basilisk decoction, ancient Leshen decoction, and Algul decoction are all active right now. One of those? Maybe? But, as for that letter... Oop. As for that letter... Where are ya? Letter from a lover. My darling girl, I cannot wait until we meet again. My nights are restless, my head full of thoughts of you and only you. Someone had told me but a few months prior such a virile and burning passion would bind me to another woman. I would have laughed in their face. But now my only desire is to be close to you. Christoph is beginning to suspect something. Yet I hope my reassurances will quell his worries. I would not like to hurt him, if possible. He's a good man, warm-hearted and honest, but the fire which once burned between us has extinguished. I know you understand this, and I'm delighted I can be honest with you. Till we meet again, it cannot be too soon. Please. Jimena, take care. Yours lovingly, devotedly, undyingly, Seraphine. So that's the... Now I'm getting the people mixed up. I guess... Is Seraphine the name of this vampire we just fought? And so she was seeing, like, she was the wife of the person who we read the original letter from. And then she's also seeing this other girl here, and she's the one who's that mysterious lover that the original person was saying he was seeing Seraphine with. Something like that. Okay, but ultimately, yeah, there's probably either the original dude or... Yeah, it's probably the original dude. Yeah, I'm afraid that stuff happens when you unknowingly get into a relationship with a vampire. Okay, so... Now, having done that, there was this area down here, which is not that far away. It probably does still require that we get to a fast travel spot, although, was that the closest one, or is it perhaps better to, probably equidistant still? Yeah, I suppose that one's maybe a little bit closer. Okay, Seraphine is the wife, but it's the, Jimena, or however you say that person's name, that's the vampire. There's a travel marker northwest of here. Okay. In that case, why don't we go a little bit further this way and see if we can come across it? Presumably somewhere more or less along the road. Make sure we didn't just walk past it. I don't think I see one here. There it is. That's gotta be it. Duntine Crossroads. Okay, well, we've successfully found that. Out of curiosity, dear traveler, you have entered the territory of Duntine. Lands belong to the nobly born Sir Roderick. If you wish to pay him a visit, walk westward from here and you shall surely happen upon his castle. If, however, you seek a route to the Pitapat river crossing, you should make your way north. Okay? Well, anyway, let us use this to get over to the castle, and then we'll use this to explore the ruins in and around it. Possibly even sell some weapons and armor, because I think we did not have the chance to do that when we were in Flovive. So let's just do that real quick.
Stock send the whip await those running riot. Witcher, von Witten's bane.
Okay, so...
Your goods. Mind if I have a glance?
Yeah, we just got a few of these. I wanted to keep this sword because it's actually pretty solid. And we did get this recently, but we didn't really... I'm not sure if we ever looked at it. Is that just an even better version of this? Level 47 versus level 48. Oh no, it's different. It's definitely different. It has the armor piercing, whereas this does not. The crit hit damage bonus is a little lower, but the crit hit chance is a little higher. Doesn't have the bonus experience, but it has the chance to stagger. I mean, both of these are solid. And again, my suspicion of Erendite, it just seems like maybe it's not quite as good as we might have assumed it to be. I mean, again, it's kind of hard to compare because it has the other statistics that are, well, harder to compare. The thing is that the unique way in which it powers up relative to other swords. So I'm trying to give it the benefit of the doubt, not to mention that it also has the enchantments that we gave it from the rune rite, which obviously any new sword does not have. Okay. So, that's mostly what I want to do there.
Thanks.
Just sell some of
Farewell.
those swords
Good
and
luck on
armor
your
and what
part.
have you.
There is a hero.
Let's make sure we have a little bit more inventory space as we go searching around. So, I wanted to look at basically this stuff around here. See all this rubble in this direction. I did not get the chance to look much here. And I could imagine there being some stuff here of some variety. It just looks like, you know, it's a pretty unusual, pretty distinguished feature of this landscape, which would suggest one might find something here. Maybe more than just herbs, but we'll see. There are several of these little pieces of rubble here. You know, whether it's a hidden chest with something nice in it, some monsters, not entirely sure. Could be nothing. Pretty sure those are just wolves or wild dogs. Not terribly interesting. What is... Oh, we have been here. This spot we have been to. We helped rescue a knight in that location. And that certainly did have some stuff. We tried this spot, though, because that certainly looks like it might be the most prominent of these former buildings. Hello? Anything? Perhaps? Perhaps not. Down here, even? Don't think so. So it really just keeps on going on and on. Doesn't really seem like anything special, though. Don't think. But at the very least now we can say with more confidence that we have checked that area. Something over there? Some kind of monster, yes. The monster that we are interested enough in fighting. Just a ghoul? I think there just so happen to be some ghouls hanging around here. It's a little unusual in Toussaint. Would not be as unusual in, say, Velen. But yeah, makes me wonder if there might be something else over here. In this spot, this guy does not care one bit that we're here. That one I think is going to be an Alghoul. That one that's slightly different color. Yep, the one with the spikes absolutely is. Unfortunately, it did not pass the Axii to you. Especially since Axii is the sign of choice against Alghouls. But taken care of. Huh, and there was a bandit camp around here, apparently, that we've already been to, although, for whatever reason, we did not see these guys, I don't think. A little strange. Like, I think we've seen all this. Oh? Yeah. That we have. Huh. I suppose we maybe just didn't encounter those ghouls and Alghouls for whatever reason. And in that case, I think we are probably done with our general exploration around here. We could just walk it south to these question marks, or we could take Roach and ride our way over. That is a somewhat significant trek on foot, so maybe we take Roach. Come on, girl. Okay, and So they're 3 in roughly the same general area. I'm not sure it matters too much which one we go to first, although, tell you the truth, we are planning to get them all. We should probably go start at one side and then go in a line over. Or even, not sure how we might want to work this one in if we go sort of in a triangle, you to you to you to you. There may be a marker over here as well. That could help us out. Let's start here at the very least, I think.